Ceschi Ramos is a multi-instrumentalist, multi-genre, multilingual artist who spent his formative years growing up in New Haven, Connecticut. He bounces around from folk punk acoustic tunes to classical jazz, hip hop rants, and eloquently dips into Cuba's Nueva Trova. Chesky released his first solo album, Fake Flowers, in 2004, and then followed up with an amazing sophomore release, They Hate Francisco Faults. In 2008, Chesky and his brother David formed the record label Fake Four Incorporated. In 2014, he won the Connecticut Music Awards for Best Hip Hop. He's played in small clubs for small crowds with an acoustic guitar doing a blend of folk punk tunes. Now he's playing in larger clubs, heading towards the stadiums with a new group, Codefendants, a trio featuring Chesky, NOFX bassist and producer Fat Mike, and Get Dead vocalist Sam King. The group seeks to break genre barriers and produces a mix of hip hop music, new wave, and punk rock, which they call Crime Wave. Hello and welcome, Chesky. How are you?
Doing all well. How are you?
Great. I saw on your Bandcamp page there's a brief intro which includes the pronunciation of your name, Chesky. I feel like that was put there for me because I mangle your name quite a few times over the past couple of years. We've played you on the show. In fact,
Thank you for playing me.
I didn't see that until just recently when I was preparing for this interview. And actually learned how to pronounce your name through Oyola when I was interviewing him.
Okay, cool. Shout out Jose.
I feel like there's an element of ska in the music of the co-defendants. We've been through the first and second and third waves of ska. Is Crime Wave the next level of ska?
I wouldn't call it the next level of ska. That would be, I think some ska aficionados might get offended by that.
Probably, yeah.
But there's definitely influence there. I mean, I came up in an era, um, you know, when I moved from Berkeley, California. And in Berkeley, California at the time, Operation Ivy was this, you know, really important band, that ska punk movement that came out of the Gilman Street Club, 924 Gilman Street, was an influence. And then when I got to Connecticut in the mid 90s, um, ska had a huge resurgence, and it was pretty much the top, next to hardcore, was the top underground music at the time. Um, so yeah, I definitely have that influence for sure. I wouldn't say we're the next big thing in ska though.
Well, I feel like we're at a point where music's starting to get boring again. And back in the 90s, I remember, everybody was sick of, tired of all the metal rock and hard rock and Guns N' Roses. And then along came a band and a genre behind them that quickly overtook the 90s. But I feel like we're at a point now where Codefendants covers so many cool genres, doing it all at the same time and making music fun again.
It's fun for me. I honestly, that was a big part of when we started the band. I I personally really wanted to make something that I would love when I was 16, that tapped into a lot of these sounds and energy that got me excited. And I think that came out of pandemic as well, because I got deeply nostalgic over pandemic, and so did my bandmate Sam. And we got back into things that really got us into music in the first place. And I think that's what how the band really started musically.
So I guess can we touch a little bit about how you met Sam and Fat Mike and whose idea was it, I guess initially for you to form something together?
So initially I met Sam at 924 Gilman Street, which I had just mentioned, in Berkeley, California, because one of his really good friends brought him to see me perform. he is a tattoo artist named Mark Heredia, and he would anytime I'd be in the Bay Area, he'd be at my shows almost every show I did in the Bay Area at some point. And he was a childhood friend of Sam's, brought Sam to my solo show, which actually I was doing that with my brother and Max Heath um, on that tour. So Sam got to see that. Then over pandemic, 2020, Sam's band Get Dead put out a record called Dancing with a Curse, and he did an interview where he or where someone was like, "What's your favorite punk band right now?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm not really listening to too much punk. I'm listening to this dude Chesky." And so some of our mutual supporters reached out to me and said, "The singer Get Dead shouted you out on a punk podcast." I checked out the album, really loved what they were doing because it did have like a modern Operation Ivy energy to it at points, especially Get Dead, especially that album had that to it, which I loved. And it did have a hip hop influence that I could tell was there. And so I reached out to him. I guess he had been following me since that Gilman Street show, and we started connecting and just talking. And at some point, he sent me a rough demo, and he said, "Would you want to be on this Get Dead song?" I'm working at Fat Mike's right now. I'm painting. He was actually painting Fat Mike's house, and he's like, "I'll get us some studio time, and we can do this collaboration together." We recorded the song "Abscessed," and it all just kind of naturally moved on from there. We ended up recording two songs in that session, which was unexpected. And then I went back like a week later, I think, and recorded six new demos with him. And
Wow.
it was natural. Just, we didn't really think much of it. At first, I was just going to be a feature on the Get Dead album.
It's funny you say use that word natural because like the first thing I think of when I listen to Codefendants is like the natural symmetry between you and Sam, and I love that two kind of vocalist dynamic too.
Yeah, I think it works really well. It was unexpected because we were used to being solo. I was really mostly a solo artist for 20 plus years, and Sam was the lead singer of a band for many years as well. So yeah, we weren't expecting it to flow that well, but it just it felt good, and we pulled out a lot of you know we had a lot of similar influences, and in fact we had a lot of mutual friends too. So it was that we didn't even know about. And so we just grew a friendship and wrote a ton. It was again, it was during that pandemic time where I think I had writer's block for quite a long time, and then meeting Sam just pulled a lot out of me. So
Oh, cool. I gotta say the new album Lifers, which just recently came out, is amazing. I just
you.
listened to like the whole album over and over, and I gotta say there's like seems to be a highlight on a bad boy image in a few of the songs, especially like on Right Wrong Man.
I gotta give so I didn't mention him yet, but I do have to give thanks to Fat Mike for that really what Mike was really the driving force behind that song. He wrote all the music for that song. He wrote the chorus. Um, but yeah, that was if you get that influence, it's definitely because of Mike. Who
Hilarious video too.
yeah, that was a really I think that was the most fun I ever had making a video. They were spraying me with, water constantly, so I looked sweaty and agitated. I think that was my best acting role.
Gotta get you one of those acting guild cards now. Um,
But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the truth is, unfortunately, a lot of it just comes from our life experience and and yeah, I guess you could look at it as a bad boy image, but it's just kind of what we've gone through collectively, all three of us, the writers, you
Are
know,
imitating life then.
very much so.
Um, I wanna go back to, I guess, your collaboration with Fat Mike and Sam King. I've noticed, I've done a deep dive on your career over the past couple of years, as because we featured your songs a lot on one show that I do called the New Music Alliance, where we feature original music from Western New England.
Okay.
And you being in, New Haven for a long time, you qualify.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but
I still
I've
have my Connecticut ID, even though I'm living in Vegas right now.
and I've noticed that when I was doing the deep dive, you really, I gotta say, seriously, I think you've collaborated with more artists than I think anyone else I've seen. It's like
Yeah,
everywhere
I
you
have.
look, there's it's Chesky and so and so. That's everywhere. Do you actively reach out to others that you admire, or they kind of reach out to you?
Very rarely at some I've people reach out to me and that's one thing I do love about hip hop is we have that tradition of collaboration that's a major part of hip hop and I can't forget where I came from with that as well. So I think really the fact that you see me collaborating with so many acts comes from an understood agreement within hip hop circles that we do collaborate with one another. A lot of us are solo acts or whatever, but collaboration's always been a part of it. Um, so that's why you see me on hundreds of collaborations or whatever. And no, usually it's people reaching out to me. Yeah.
Well,
I have had in some certain instances reached out to people to do songs with me though, for sure.
I think that shows, what a great artist you are, and then when people are reaching out to you.
Yeah, and in some cases, I know it it might, it's always art first, but in some cases, I know maybe these are people I met on the road that I became friends with. I toured DIY style for so long that I've made friends all over the globe, and so if they really wanted to do a song to kind of solidify that friendship on record, I'm gonna do that.
Mm.
And even after I kind of slowed down with my solo work, if a friend that I've known for 20 years reaches out and I has put on great shows with me and reaches out and asks me to do a verse on the record, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? So,
Well, I think one of my favorite collaborations that you've done is what you did with Pat the Bunny.
oh yeah, that's a great friend of mine. Yeah.
That was quite a while ago, wasn't it?
It was, but we recently started working together again on his new project. He has a new project called Friends in Real Life.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
And
Excellent.
so we just recently did a video together that came out a month ago or something.
Oh, cool.
So, and I just saw him like a week ago, actually. So we're still in touch all the time. And
Cool.
yeah, I'm really happy because I'm happy Pat's back because he didn't make music for about a decade. So
Yeah.
when we recorded, we actually recorded that split acoustic record that we made together. I believe it came out in 2016. Yeah, so 10 years ago. Uh, we recorded that in West Haven, Connecticut, or Milford, Connecticut, West Haven, Connecticut.
Yeah.
But yeah, so so we did. Are we still on?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I
Yep.
was getting a phone call and I gotta silence that. Um, but yeah, so that has New England ties as well. We recorded, and Pat grew up in Vermont, so another
Yep.
New England artist. Oh,
I recently played Codefendants The Fix on New Music Alliance Radio Hour, and
oh, cool. Thank you. Thank you for doing that.
the way we usually set up, we do sets of two songs, and we'll talk about two songs, and usually in a similar vein of a genre or so. And I paired up Codefendants with Hawata,
Oh, what the?
Jose,
Yeah.
Jose Oyola and the Astronauts. I guess just going by Hawata now. Um,
Yeah.
have you heard Jose's latest album that
I
just came
have
out
listened to
as
the whole
well?
thing.
It's a
I,
lot edgier than his last one.
yeah, it was I was surprised by the new maybe I don't exactly know. In fact, I wanted to ask him what was influencing his new like vocal style and inflection. Like it
Hmm.
feels really like influenced by 80s music in a cool way. I like it a lot. But it's a whole other vibe. Even though there's some of the songs, if you're familiar with his catalog, are old songs that they did before in a way different style.
Yeah.
So that was cool to listen to because I was very familiar with Jose's music from, you know, 10 years ago, 10
Hmm.
plus years ago when we became friends and started and worked on a few songs together and stuff. So um but
Struve.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a cool new sound. I really like it. And the production's incredible. So
Yeah. So lots of good music released in 2026. I love it.
for
So you're
sure.
on tour right now with Codefendants, also still touring, doing some solo shows here and there, right?
Here and there, I was trying not to, but again, if it's someone I really respect asking me to do a solo acoustic gig
Uh,
or if I could help out a show in some way and I could do it, I'll make it happen. I'm just not really touring solo anymore.
gotcha.
I'll do one-off shows. So for instance, in Las Vegas, we're starting a monthly event. Today is the actual first uh monthly event in Las Vegas. We're doing every first Thursday
Oh, wow.
in the arts district of Las Vegas. And a bunch of people flew in for the show and it's like and there's a lot of excitement around it. But I'm also playing on Sunday. Danbert No Bacon from Chumbawamba
Oh,
is in
wow.
town, and he asked me to play an acoustic set opening for him. So
Oh,
I'm
cool.
doing it because I respect Chumbawamba a lot, and the work they've done, um, not just musically, but as activists, anarchists. So I wanted to show him some respect and help out the show a bit there too, even though I rarely do that. But yeah, I'm doing a few this year. So
Excellent. So I'll have to keep an eye on your site and
yeah,
your socials. Do you think you've achieved all that you've wanted to? I mean, think back to when you were kind of a teenager in New Haven there and thinking about starting a music career, and look at you now, and you think you'd be happy looking into the future for the younger you?
yeah, I do. I think I've achieved most everything I've wanted to in music. Um, the only thing the only thing left for me to achieve is really financial stability. You know, as far as like what I've wanted to do musically, I've done it all. I never really had mainstream goals yet. Last month I played Red Rocks in Colorado. Like
Oh,
I don't
wow.
know, I've been playing shows I played to 20,000 people in Montreal with NOFX. I never even had those goals. So it's gone beyond anything I actually wanted for music. All I ever wanted to do in music is make exactly the type of music I wanted and to survive off of it. And I'm doing those things. Wish I wish it was a little. I mean, it just needs to get to a point where it's a little more stable than
Yeah,
it is.
I hear you.
I'm still living month to month, honestly. So
Keep doing what you're doing. I think you guys are going to go far with co-defendants.
thank you, really. Thank you, Mark.
Do you have time for like one quick game?
Yeah, yeah, I'm here.
This is called Lyrical Ponderings. I'm going to give you a song title. The song title is in the form of a question. You can either answer, you can either tell me who sang the song or answer the question.
Oh, I might be bad at this.
Pick a number between 1 and 202.
Four.
Here we go. Would you take another chance on me?
Oh man. I can't say. I don't know who did that.
That's the
The answer is yes.
That's Jerry Lee Lewis a long time
Oh,
ago.
wow.
Well, thanks for playing
Jerry Lee
and
Lewis, he wouldn't have survived the modern climate. Okay.
crazy, yeah.
Questionable choices there, buddy.
Very questionable, yeah.
But,
Chesky, thank you so much for taking some time with me, and I hope everybody gets to check out Lifers by Codependents and Codefendants.
that happens a lot.
No,
We
I was
actually
thinking
have
thinking one of
we
your
actually have
videos.
a
There's
little.
like that little blurb, and but anyhow, yeah, Codefendants. This is an amazing album, Lifers, and you're going to be performing at Cafe 9 on June 17th here in New
Yes.
Haven.
Yes, I'll be there. Looking forward
Excellent.
to it.
I hope you
All
have a
right, Mike.
great show. Thanks a lot, Chesky.
Thanks a lot.